Long before the rivers dried, and before the mountains forgot the sound of rain, there stood a powerful kingdom hidden between cliffs and silver forests. The people called it the Kingdom of the Clouds because mist rested on its hills every morning like a blessing from the ancestors. Its ruler was King Jabari, a feared and respected rain-caller. When drought came, he climbed the sacred mountain carrying a carved staff made from lightning wood. There beneath roaring skies, he spoke to the spirits of the storm, and rain would pour over the valleys. But the king was growing old, and the elders whispered of an ancient prophecy. When the moon bleeds red and thunder shakes the mountains, a child will be born. She will not command the rain. The rain will obey her heartbeat. The kingdom believed the chosen child would be one of the king's sons. King Jabari had 3 wives. The first wife, Queen Sad, had 3 strong sons and 1 daughter. Her sons were raised like warriors of destiny. From childhood, they were taught the sacred chants of rain calling. The eldest, Prince Tao, believed the throne and the storm already belonged to him. The second wife had twin boys, and then there was the third wife, gentle Queen Amara, quiet and often ignored by the royal court because she had never given the king a child. Until the night the heavens split open. The wind screamed across the mountains. Thunder rolled so loudly the cattle broke free from their pens. Villagers ran into their huts in fear as dark clouds swallowed the stars. Inside a small candle-lit hut at the edge of the royal village, Queen Amara cried out in labor while old village women surrounded her. Then suddenly, the storm stopped, not slowly, instantly. The rain froze in the air like the sky itself was holding its breath, and a baby girl was born. At that exact moment, a single strike of silver lightning hit the sacred mountain without making a sound. The old women stared in shock. One dropped her prayer beads, another fell to her knees because the newborn child did not cry. Instead, tiny drops of water floated gently around her skin like dancing spirits. And outside the hut, dry soil began turning soft beneath the people's feet. An elder woman whispered with trembling lips, "The Rain Queen has arrived." The next morning, the entire kingdom gathered to see the child. King Jabari looked into the baby's eyes and saw storms moving inside them. He named her Nandi. From that day forward, strange things followed her. When she laughed, rain clouds formed above the palace. When she became sad, rivers grew still. Flowers bloomed wherever she walked barefoot, and the people began loving her more than the princes. That love became poison inside the hearts of her brothers, especially Prince Tao. He had spent his whole life preparing to inherit the sacred rain-calling gift. He trained harder than anyone. He memorized every ancestral chant. Yet no matter how many rituals he performed, the skies remained silent. But little Nandi could calm storms without speaking. Jealousy grew like fire. The princes mocked her. "She is only a girl," they said. "She bewitched the elders," others whispered. But deep inside, they feared her. Years passed, and Nandi grew into a fearless young girl with bright eyes and a spirit that felt connected to the earth itself. She loved climbing the sacred cliffs alone and listening to the wind. One evening, the kingdom faced its worst drought in generations. The rivers cracked, cattle died, children cried from hunger, the people begged the king to summon rain. King Jabari climbed the sacred mountain with his sons beside him. Before the entire kingdom, the princes performed the ancient rituals. Nothing happened. The sky remained empty. Then, from the crowd, young Nandi stepped forward. The princes laughed, but the old women became silent. Nandi removed her sandals and walked barefoot onto the stone altar. The wind immediately changed direction. Clouds began gathering. Prince Tao panicked. If she succeeded, everyone would know the prophecy was about her. That night, blinded by jealousy, Tao and his brothers followed Nandi into the mountains. They planned to end her life before sunrise. Deep in the stormy forest, they pushed her toward the edge of a cliff during heavy rain. But the moment Nandi fell, the wind caught her. Lightning exploded across the sky. The mountains shook violently, and a wall of rain rose upward from the valley like spirits protecting their queen. The brothers fell to the ground in terror. From the storm emerged ancient women, dressed in white beads and silver feathers, the forgotten rain mothers. Guardians of the prophecy, they lifted Nandi from the mist unharmed. One of them pointed at the princes and said, "No hand formed against the Rain Queen shall prosper." The brothers fled back to the kingdom, terrified, and when dawn arrived, Nandi returned, walking through the rain itself. Moral of the story: even when others try to silence your gift, what is meant for you will always find its way. If you enjoyed this story of Nandi the Rain Queen, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more powerful African legends and magical storytelling.